Look at this guy.
That.
Look at this guy still playing fucking video games. He's not ready.
I'm ready.
No.
He's not ready. Welcome back to another episode of EzExp presents the Pat and Mike Show, episode 3. Hope you guys are doing good today. If you haven't checked out our previous episodes, make sure you check them out on Spotify and Anchor. We'll be releasing this one this coming Monday. Today we have an interesting show for you. Hope you guys enjoy it. We will be going over the different streaming platforms, their pros, cons, different bots, the different requirements for making affiliate, partner, whatever it's called. And then some of the challenges on, moving between those platforms if you're already established, establishing a community on those platforms. And then we'll also have a section for Q&A at the end of the show. So let's just jump right into it. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Man,
Let's do it.
you're horrible at intros.
You're horrible at intros, sir.
I thought it was quite good. I'm your co-host,
Hey.
Pat_Duke, and this is the wonderful Mike Tube.
Oh yeah, I forgot to introduce everybody. And sitting in with us today is the Shebbles again. Back, welcome back, Shebbles.
Welcome back, Sherbles. How we doing?
I'm leaving. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Well, so I think today's topic is quite interesting. Mike, I would like you or Sheb to start it off, being that you guys are in the process of trying to attempt some sort of a switch.
So let's go ahead.
You want to? Okay, so I'm not swapping. First off, I am
Testing the water.
I'm growing a community. So where I'm going at right now, chat, is that I'm streaming in YouTube at the current moment, and I'm experimenting to grow my channel. I don't have a way to produce videos, content like IRL stuff and things like that. So streaming is an option to be used to help me grow, make another, grow my community overall. So I'm going through the process of trying to gain access to monetization, which you're required to have 1,000 followers and 4,000 hours of viewing hours.
It's a lot.
Which is really high.
And it takes work. Yeah, it takes work. And some people, like here on Twitch, some of you guys have some of you guys you find people to help you grow in Twitch, and then in YouTube you might have to do the same thing. So like it goes both ways, right? You got to learn how to network or really try to change how you do certain things.
So let me ask you guys a question here. What is the reasoning behind trying to grow on YouTube? Now, is it just you want another platform to promote yourselves on, or is it because you think Twitch really is on the downfall and you do want to be prepped for the switch if need be?
Go ahead. I was just gonna say. So I think at the end of the day, it's diversity, right?
Right.
I mean, if you think about it from a business standpoint, you don't want all your eggs in one basket. And when we get right down to it, I mean, brass tacks, no holes barred here. You're not going to make a living on Twitch. Even these big names, they don't make most of their revenue from Twitch. They make it in other areas. And I think when it comes to monetization, YouTube has a higher payout, has a higher ratio of income sources than Twitch does.
Okay.
So that was one of the reasons why I'm considered moving, is because I don't in my community, everyone knows that I'm not like I legitly make financial gain from you guys giving me money. The other part is that I don't want to rely on people to make that money. I rather like you guys want to give me money, awesome, in Twitch, but at the same time I want to be able to go and get more additional financial gain based on going somewhere else to get that access.
And you're right about that. There's a big difference between, so Twitch people need to actually physically, let's just call it what it is, give you money, whether it
Yes,
be
tip
bits.
you is basically what the
Exactly.
legal word is, what
Right.
it is
Yep.
given to us.
And where YouTube shines is nobody has to do anything. You know what I mean? All they need to do is click on that and give it a watch.
yeah, like watch it, subscribe to your channel, watch it, and click. The reason why thumbs ups matters is because it's kind of like hosts, right? I'll give you guys different breakdowns on different items for what the two streaming platforms have different. They don't call them followers there; they call them subscribers. Where financial given to us is can be called by bits or subscribers. That's totally different in that platform. So I think it's like funny.
Yeah, and that's a
But
can be confusing, especially whenever you
yeah,
are trying to, promote and grow. Like, say you stream on Twitch most of the week, like I do, and then you stream on YouTube and Facebook on the weekends, and then you're promoting your YouTube, Facebook streams in your Twitch, and then somebody comes through and oh, thanks for the sub, and it's a sub on YouTube, which is not the same as a sub on Twitch, and
Right.
yeah,
so I
it's
think that's a
totally
big
different.
yeah.
It's
Um,
totally different. Also, people who like your video is considered what we call on Twitch a host. So the more likes you get, the YouTube algorithm actually favors you more. So for example, my third stream on YouTube, I had like I think 6 at one point likes. So I was getting more traffic into my the game I was playing versus someone else.
yeah,
Like there was someone that had like 40 people in their thing. I was getting more traffic than they were. Because I talk to them. I do what I do here on Twitch. I do the same thing there. I network.
There.
I
Right.
talk to other streamers, and
yeah,
it's hard. People are confused in YouTube when I do that. They're like, I don't understand what you're doing. And I'm sitting here going, I'm talking to you. I'm learning about your community, trying to understand everything. They're not used to that concept. They see it as like you either watch them or you don't.
yeah,
Right. And and I'm in total agreement with you guys about the diversity. And you're right. Most of these big streamers are also on YouTube, and they're also putting out that content. Now, it comes to me. It came to the realization: is am I going to do I have the time to put to start that YouTube thing? And I'm not talking about just streaming on YouTube. I'm talking about uploading videos and actually really trying to do something on YouTube. And I got to make the decision: like, do I have the time to do it? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, I get that.
well, and that's the hard part because to me, YouTube has always been, it was founded as this static video platform where you upload videos,
Mhm.
people watch the
Yep.
videos, and that's where it truly excels. This whole concept of bringing the live streaming to that, I think, yes, it provides you a way to live stream and then the video is automatically uploaded as a static video to your channel. But I think at the end of the day, the good part about YouTube is that static video that
right.
I
consistent
mean,
of I don't have to be live to have my content playing, right?
yeah, it becomes a passive situation
Right.
versus an active situation. Like, you know, here on Twitch, a lot of us come from, our communities are basically we do a lot of networking. That's when I talk about networking, I'm talking about we go into other streamers, we talk with them, we get to know them, we grow with them, we spend our time trying to help them with their stuff as well as they help us, and we get to know each other's communities, and then we grow our communities based on that. So that's what I'm
Now,
talking about when I say network. It's not like a follow for follow, stream for stream.
now,
It's because I choose to put the time into it, and that's the huge like networking requirement. There is that you got to put time. You got to do the work.
so let me just touch base on this real quick. See now me personally, I feel like you need to, as far as YouTube goes, me personally, when I'm scrolling through YouTube and I see a 5 hour video or a live stream, I
Yep.
keep going. I don't want to see I want to see the condensed version. I want to see the 15-minute
Yeah.
video, the
Yep.
30-minute video.
So
So I
so
feel like that static video that you guys are talking about, like this 5, 6 hour or whatever 4 hour stream that automatically gets uploaded, I don't feel like a lot of people are going to click on that.
But
What I
the
think,
good thing about that though is like okay, so when you stream on YouTube, the one thing you get a video editor. You get to edit your video. Like the
right?
second you're done, you can edit and then upload the broken down part you want. Like you can do that.
Well, right. That's
Uh,
what I think needs to be done if you want to grow on YouTube. You know what I mean?
my conversations with a lot of people is that if you want so there's like different platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, you know, Twitter. Like there's all these different ways you can grow your medias in any ways, right? YouTube and Twitch are live and Facebook are live streaming platforms. TikTok has their version. They all have different contributions of what you can bring to the table to grow. YouTube, I call it the static 10-minute video source. Like they're known more for, like Mike was saying, what they're known for. They're known for a 10-minute video. Some people complain, oh, I load, a YouTube short, which is like a 10-second video, and it doesn't get a lot of hits. Well, you're in a flooded market with a lot of people. One of the things that we do in Twitch, when you're telling a small streamer, don't go into the streaming with, where the big market is, because you're not going to get eyes direct. You go to smaller games. It's the same thing like there. Don't saturate yourself in a market when you already know you got a lot of development to go. Try to focus more on what you're good at and what you love, and then work from there. I have a buddy of mine who does cinematography. He's great at cinematography. He makes music videos, movies. He does all that. And I told him, every day when you're getting ready to do like a wedding or something, spend 5 minutes, record and talk about what you're going to do before that wedding. Show some of those clips, and boom, you're done with your video. And he's growing really, really fast right now. Uh, Friends of mine, they make funny videos on TikTok. These guys are like million subscribers now on there.
That,
Like
that,
every platform has what they're known for. So
yeah,
like if you want to focus in that area, then do it. Me and YouTube, I love video games, but I like software. I like messing around with things. So that's where I think I can grow in that area for me, you
right,
know,
Yeah.
versus someone else.
So we touched kind of in passing here. I want to make sure we cover this pretty quick, but
Right.
the monetization requirements for YouTube is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that seems like a pretty
Okay.
that seems like a
So
pretty
I
stout
do need
goal,
me to explain
especially
this.
considering that, with
I need to
Twitch. Go ahead.
I need to explain this for you guys. So in there in one of the things you guys don't realize, if you're doing live gaming, it's not considered a VOD, and you have to have a VOD for it to be like, if say someone goes back and watches it. y- If I had 50 people watching my live gaming, it counts nothing towards the 4,000 hours. It's
really.
the VOD. Once I get a VOD on there,
Ah,
that counts as the hours of the 4,000. See, a lot of
see,
people don't know that, so I
see,
that's why I want to explain that now.
right, and
You know,
that circles back right to my point where not many people are going to be clicking on this 4, 5, 6 hour video,
well,
Right.
yeah,
which is why I think you gotta condense them. Like so, Athena Mike and Chebbles is something that can be hugely beneficial for that because it kind of does it for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Those
you can
showcase videos. Yeah.
yeah,
yes, you can add that 20 minute. You can just download that 20-minute video and then just add it to just right
yeah.
add it right to YouTube.
Well,
But
that's what,
you
like
need,
you
I
said,
think,
right? Athena Scope. There's different softwares you can use. There's another software that's out there that's doing better than Athena Scope that just came out
and Mike sent
last
it to me.
month.
The
I
hell is it,
forgot the
Mike?
name of it.
So did I.
Yeah,
But I
but
mean,
like,
you need a thumbnail, and I think that's so important. Like having like
yes. Okay, so clickbait in anywhere, in any platform, no matter what you're doing, is very, 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 very important. If you
agreed.
guys don't believe me, literally, if you ever focus on your clickbait, believe me, you'll see growth. You'll see more eyes. So let me get that right. It'll be more eyes on you,
And
right? Everyone's always complaining about eyes on
I
them.
I disagree with you there. Not in the clickbait thing. It doesn't have to be clickbait. It can be, you know what I mean? I when I hear clickbait, I think like there's a lie on the thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like so it's there's a lie and it makes you
No,
click. You don't
it's
have to lie. It can just
click.
be legit. You know what I mean? Like a
Clickbait, it can be just something that you're more interested in, and I'm drawing that out. Like, right? I'm drawing something out. Like, say you go to a restaurant and you're like, I don't know what I want to eat, and you tell me a little bit about you, and then I hype up something that you're not used to. That's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm hyping something out that you want already, and that's what we're doing.
right. And someone Murata in chat just said clickbait carries a negative connotation with it. Like
Yeah.
Well, that's
It
because of the
really does.
name,
stigma.
right?
It's got
It's the
that
name.
stigma to it. Yeah, right. It's got that
It's all in the name. Like if I
exactly.
renamed it saying look at joke bait, you guys are gonna be like, oh, it's a joke. I'm gonna click on this. And you're not gonna question whether the joke was funny or not.
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's why I don't like the term clickbait, but I understand perfectly what you're saying, and you do need to do it. Sorry, Mike.
It's just like the same reason why don't we say networking, like, you know, on all these other streams that we are associated with. Why don't they say the word networking? It doesn't sound good. It doesn't appeal to the ear. We as human beings psychologically have like this really weird concept of what things we move, how we see things or perceive things.
Right. Agreed.
All right, so 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours on your VODs specifically, which seems unsurmountable, especially whenever we talk about Twitch, which is 75 followers, 50.
Well, yeah. Where the fuck is this
And then
number?
3 average viewers per hour, and then
For
so many
affiliate.
hours, yeah, for affiliate. Now, Twitch does have it broken out into 2. The next step is partner, which is an average of 75 viewers, and you know, they check your socials, your discords, your community. They make sure they go into a deep
Yeah,
dive before they'll offer you that. Um, so I think affiliate probably matches up more with what YouTube offers, but at the same time, I still feel like the monetization for YouTube is still greater than a Twitch partner. Um,
Agreed.
So and let's throw another one in there. Let's throw Facebook in there, right? So for Facebook,
Yeah.
they have a 2-step program too, right? They have the level up program, which you have to have at least 100 followers, and then stream for at least 4 hours over 2 days in a 14-day period.
Yep.
I want to just jump in because Murata said this twice now, and I forgot to reiterate it. Tags on YouTube are I can't talk today, are extremely important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Well, that's where the conversation of clickbait originated from, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. It was the hashtags. I mean, the hashtags are important in anything you do. Technically, like Instagram, I literally that's where majority of my tags are used. TikTok's the same thing. Like tags are used everywhere. So if you're not learning how to use your tags, then you need to like understand your network better.
right. And as far as Facebook goes, I had a very horrible time on Facebook. And now, granted, it's when I was first starting out, so
Yeah.
you know
Who the
it
fuck
was to
is
be
this?
expected. But I did get to, I don't know, 300 or 400 followers. But let me tell you, the community is so populated with this follow for follow bullshit,
Yep.
and this it's it all. I mean, I streamed on there probably a couple months, and it all
I know
just
where it's at.
it
Well, and
struck
like
me as just fake. That's the only way I can explain the people who came into my chat, if they came in, and it was all so fake to me, and I hated the vibe.
yeah, and you know, we discussed this last week on the whole follow for follow, and you know, it's just not a sustainable
No.
Yeah.
way to
Well,
grow.
I mean, it can go for everything, right? Like, so, like I'm never gonna be. I come from stream for stream, like learning that community, moving through that. Like, it taught me how to network better, and that's where I focus more of my energy is networking. Um, but like those aren't sustainable. That's why I said networking, because like networking means that you're putting the time and effort into that person and you're trying to build relationships and keep that business. If you're trying to grow anything, you're trying to make money off of it, it's called business. Blatantly. So I'm trying to keep my business going and I'm trying to help them keep their business going, but it doesn't always have to align how we do things in our business.
Right.
I
Right.
just it just so like I feel like both, like, you know, follow for follow, stream for stream, like those things, support for support kind of things, they all have a limitation in every direction, right? Where they stand in theirs. Networking, on the other hand, it has its own problems too, and the limitation that you can get, because guess what? When it comes to networking, it's all about time. That's usually what comes to the problem with stream for
Yeah.
stream. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
it's just time.
And that's true. And I want to read what one of my viewers just said. He said, I uploaded a video as a test on
Oh,
YouTube of Roma Tatwood dog that sadly passed away. He gained 57K views, but I turned of ads, tags, everything in YouTube, and you'll never get far in YouTube without clickbaiting. Agreed. I agreed to a certain extent, and then also I am okay. Also had a hard time on
yep.
Facebook, so it's it's I guess you just need to like tap into the community, and I guess I didn't give it a fair shot because
Yeah.
I stopped and I went to Twitch. But let me tell you, even the first 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks on Twitch, I felt the difference in communities. Like I literally,
Well,
it,
that is like I don't mean to cut you off, but that is like the number one thing said what Twitch has advantage over everywhere else. Like everywhere else is the community. Like it literally beats everyone in that aspect.
Yeah. So let's talk discoverability. So we all know the discoverability on Twitch, depending on what game you're playing, what Discord you're in, it can be tough. You're playing a saturated game like Warzone. There's
yep.
thousands of people streaming in at one time.
World.
Um, yeah. Um, how do we feel the discoverability is on Facebook and YouTube?
Uh, YouTube,
Go
I
ahead.
honestly, I
You go
think
ahead on Facebook because you guys were more on Facebook. I'm like more on the YouTube side. If you want to give your perspective on that, would
well,
help.
I was
'Cause
gonna
I
say
can't.
Facebook discoverability sucked, but again, I didn't
Okay.
give it a fair shot. I think it could be the best on YouTube. That's it, if you put the time into it and if you
I
upload vids, so
I
on and
think
so
it
forth.
depend. I think it depends on what your content is and what you're trying to provide, and what you're like understanding your market. Like for example, if I'm streaming YouTube videos and all I'm doing is focusing on Minecraft, I better be putting out like good Minecraft. Otherwise, that become very hard to be seen because there's a lot of people out there. You know what I mean? Minecraft is like the biggest game in the world for play. It actually has more viewership than it does on Twitch. Their videos are one, and majority of them are not American. Like that's like knowing your market, right? Understanding that is very huge. So you can lose out your discoverability based on what you're playing
Yep,
there.
and he's so right because it happened to a friend of mine. So a friend of mine was he was becoming fairly big on YouTube playing Division 2. I don't know, like 50,000 subs or
Yep.
70, something around there.
Yep.
But now he did this for a year at least where I knew him, and he was growing well. You know what happened though? Division 2 fucking died.
Yep.
Division 2 died. He started putting out other content because YouTube had him pigeonholed to only Division. There's an algorithm where that community that he was trying to tap into after Division was not seeing him. It was still the Division people that were seeing him. So
Yep.
his channel died. Unfortunately, he still puts out a little bit, but his channel died. It lost all its momentum, and his channel basically
Yep.
died. And it's a fucking sad thing. So switching games on YouTube is a big fucking deal. Big deal.
Yep. Well, and so I think if you have an established community, it's a big deal to switch on any platform,
Yes.
right? I mean, Pat, me and you saw that whenever we went from Warzone to ESO. I mean, that's like a night and day game, and
Yep.
the hardcore supporters, those that are in our close, tight knit community, stayed just because it was us. They had no interest in ESO,
Yeah.
but the discover and the viewership retention just like plummeted
But
for
I
both
think
of us,
like
and
like you
Yeah, and I am,
but,
and I'm ready for it to happen again, Mike. I'm ready to be back at like 5 to 10, and that's just me
but
being honest, and I'm okay with
but I
that.
think but I think also at the same time you gotta understand, right? These communities like so I play Dead by Daylight, right? These communities are like very they're very like close knit. They're really close. They work really hard with the community to maintain it. Like those are like that's what you're doing. You're going in that market, and if you're not willing to put that time, they because everyone's hesitant when you go into there. It's like if say for example, right? I went to Mike's house and I just showed up. Mike doesn't know anything about me. Mike's gonna look at me like, who are you? Even though I say, oh, I'm Shovels, he's still gonna look at me like, who are you? Right?
Right,
You got to
right.
build that bond to be like, okay, hey, Shovels, you want to come over? You want to have dinner? Like you got to build that community vibe up.
yeah, and I think it's just if we're talking about switching up your content on any platform, then you have to be willing to take that initial hit and start from square one.
One.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean that's at the end of the day, that's what it is. Um,
That's what it feels like on YouTube right now. I feel like I am literally chasing affiliate all over again,
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
And
pull my.
so I think Pat said something earlier that I think probably needs to be expanded upon a little more, or
Okay.
Marauder did, and that's the tags that you use. Because on Facebook and YouTube, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot on Twitch, but Facebook and YouTube, the tags that you use seem to be, if you're not out there, you're not established, you're not, hardcore marketing, then that's going to be your best way to discoverability, right? So for me, I created a whole new Facebook account for my streams that's not linked to my personal one at all. Um, so I don't have an established friends list that I can tap into. Now, I think if you used your personal account to link to your streaming, then that gives you, people that would at least share it, and then it gets around that way, which is the whole premise behind Facebook. YouTube, it 100%. That's how you're going to get your discoverability, is the tags that you use.
Right. And yeah, it's a whole different ballpark, really. It's a whole different way to grow, and I don't know if we're gonna take questions today, but someone in my chat, Connor, asked if we can explain what networking is for the people that have
Oh,
picked it up wrong, and I
okay.
think Mike and Shogo,
So,
you guys are very
uh,
well fitted to answer that question.
so networking to me is like, say I go into your stream, I like your content, and I want to play games, or I want to bring my community to meet you, grow with you. At the same time, my hidden, I always say hidden agenda, because like there are things that people don't see, and that's kind of what it is. My hidden agenda is to grow me just as well. I don't want to just be. I want it to be equal,
Oh,
that
of
we both
course.
grow. You
Yeah, of
know, that
course.
I don't say that directly to you when I first meet you. That's my objective. That's what I'm doing as a content creator. I'm trying to build communities and get to know people, because I have a lot of friends like that. I tell everyone I don't get along with everyone. Everyone's not gonna get along with me. But like, say for example, I have Yonana, who, it was her birthday. Being a person who's networking, I know her birthday, and I tell people in all the communities, saying it's her birthday, tell her happy birthday. It
Right.
makes her feel happy. It brings something to her. I'm spending my time focused on that individual, and I'm networking, because guess what? Everyone around me is seeing me put time invested into this individual. So now they're putting time into her, which is great, because that's what I want. And at the same time, she and I are building a better bond with each other. So our network, my community and her community, are starting to grow, because she's starting to build that confidence in me to work with me, and I want to work with her. So you have to remember, networking, you have to put your own time, and you have to put more effort than you realize into it. You're the one doing it. You're doing all the work in the end. But your goal is to, in my perspective, my goal is to grow my community, grow my Twitch, grow my YouTube, grow my Instagram, my Facebook, like all of them. I'm trying to grow it all. So, and grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So networking, that's what networking is to me. It might be different to everyone else how they perceive it, but I'm literally in YouTube. I just got 7 followers from out of just being in other people's streams and talking to them and getting to know their community and having a good time and joining them in their games, and we're talking about different things, and I'm explaining the same thing I'm explaining to you guys. This is what I do, this is why I do it, this is how I grow, and that's how I got 6 followers and got to get to know new communities right there.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Let me see if you know
Mhm.
about this. Marauder just said, as someone who paid 20K to get an MBA, which is essentially just a networking program. Networking is building relationships and connections with other individuals. This relationship form an investment both in those future business ventures or careers.
Yeah,
So what's an
exactly. Nail on the head.
I don't even know what an MBA is.
A Master in Business Association.
Yeah.
Associate
Masters in business.
business, yeah,
Oh, okay,
business
MBA.
basically.
I was like,
Yeah. And I think that hits the nail on the head in a general sense. It's
Yeah,
networking is you're going out there, you're talking to other people that do the same thing that you do, and trying to establish relationships that are mutually beneficial to both parties, right?
yep.
So I go into other people's streams, I talk to them, I get to know them, I hang out with them, and then hopefully they come back to my stream, or they raid my stream, or I raid their stream, and we share the communities. Both of our communities grow from this engagement. Networking on other platforms. You go out there, you like other people's Instagram posts, you like their TikToks, you like their Facebook posts, whatever it is, their YouTube videos. You're out there, you're putting yourself out there, getting to know these people, liking, interacting with their posts, and hopefully it comes back to you and you both grow and benefit from it.
Well said. Well said, I think.
So real quick, I know we're running out of time here. Let's talk about the difficulties between making a platform jump or move. So you're established on Twitch and you want to try to move to Facebook or YouTube or some other platform.
Well, I'll just say this right from the get-go. There's a mental aspect to it that's going to be hard for people to swallow. So now what I mean by that is if I switch to Facebook right now. So right now, let's just say on average, I'm usually sitting between 10 and 25 people in chat. You know what I mean? And so whether they're lurking or chatting doesn't make a difference. Now, if I switch to Facebook, now in my mind it's like, all right, you gotta understand you're not gonna have any viewers, but that shit weighs on you. You know what I mean? Like, so say you switch and you're 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months, 3 months at 2 viewers, 3 viewers, five, one, whatever.
Yep.
That shit is it's gonna deter. It's gonna make you want to go back to where you have a community. So I think like a dead cold turkey switch, like stop streaming on Twitch and going to Facebook would be extremely hard for, let's just say, the three of us right now, me, you, and Shovels, because we do have a great community here on Twitch.
Yeah. So like for instance, it's exactly what I've been seeing is, I'm sitting at 22 viewers right now, right? And then on my weekend streams, when I'm streaming to two platforms, I'm seeing 4, 5, maybe as many as 10 at one time, and then it drops back down to 4 or 5, and a lot of those 4 and 5 that are consistent are my hardcore OGs. Much love to you guys, Marat, Ava, Sirius, Sweet Cheeks, that hang out no matter where I'm at.
Right, right, right.
But and at the same time, I understand, the weekends are when a lot of other people stream and have the time to stream or play games or spend time with family, and so I don't expect to see a lot of the same people that I do on my weekend streams that I do during the week.
Right. Yeah, agreed. I mean, even my weekend numbers on Twitch are way down usually as opposed to during the week, and that's just like you said, it's just the way it is. People
Yeah.
are out or about, or they're home streaming themselves.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Everybody has IRL stuff
I
that they're trying to do.
I mean, I think because of the skills and talking with everyone, I've been lucky to carry a decent number over to YouTube. The followers I find is harder for me, if that makes sense. Finding getting people to subscribe, which is that's what it's called, subscribing there, and trying to get there because a lot of people, and this is what I think of happens in Facebook too. A lot of people who have YouTube and Facebook, they're more personal. They're more, these are accounts that they had longer times. These are like, they don't want to share this information with you.
Right.
So I'm getting a harder time getting some of my community to come over. But people will come over and watch me. They do. They support me. I think my second stream, I had 12 people and I lost that because internet issues, which I've been having lately, overall. And then my last stream, I had 8 people in there, and there was like 5 people talking, and then I had random people coming in and out, which is like which is very lucky of me to have, which I appreciate all my family, my love. Me and Mike both share each other's channels up in our streams to try to help push people to our content, marketing, always trying to get, people to grow with us.
Yeah. Yeah, and
so
it's like I just said to chat. I
good
mean,
point.
we don't call it a grind for nothing. If you're thinking about changing, just know that if you're an established streamer on a platform, moving your community to a different platform is tough, and it's most likely not going to happen. You'll have your core group that will see you because they like you as a person, but the ones that are there for your content on that platform specifically most likely will not follow.
Agreed. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I think is that a wrap, Michael?
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it there today. I know I've got to get to work. Pat's got to get
Yeah.
to work.
One more
Pat's
thing.
gotta
One more
get to
thing. I'm
New
gonna let you
World.
know.
Pat don't gotta
Pyro
get to
said
work.
Pyro said this best. It's hard to watch you on YouTube. So I'm at work, so sometimes that's the other issue is people don't have the ability to invest time into you at that time.
Yeah. You know, and
All right,
I was gonna say something, but we're gonna
go
save
for
it.
it.
We're gonna save it
Okay.
for next week. So,
All right.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, that
Yep. Thank you
is
guys for tuning in today.
Thank you.
Pat.
and yeah, we will see you guys next Tuesday.
Wow, no love for Shovels. I see how these
I
guys are.
was
Look at
letting
this. Am I
letting
friends with
Pat
you guys?
finish. I was letting Pat finish, sir.
You know what? Oh,
I
I'm
was
leaving. I'm
saying
going to hang
goodbye.
out with Big.
My God.
Shovels,
I
thank you so much for commentating with us today. Appreciate you, brother.
See you, brother.
Hey,
Much love.
Shovels,
Go to
love
work.
you, baby. I'm gonna see you
I'll be in your new
Discord
world.
in like
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, Pat. Wonderful show as always. Appreciate
As
you.
always, if you don't fucking mod me in your channel, I'm never coming back, bro. I'm just saying.
And I
Okay?
can't mod you if you're not in my channel.
I'm fucking always in your fucking channel and at least lurk. You know what? We're not gonna have this conversation on the show. All right, we're gonna save that. You know what? Just ban Sweet Cheeks, bro. How about them apples? Little
I gotcha.
Oliver Twist, motherfucker. Guys, I love you all. We are gonna go back to New World now. Mike, I will see you. I'll see you probably next Tuesday. I'm gonna reserve this week for just New World, but next week we'll be back to Fortnite Tuesday and Thursday.
That's good, dude.
All right. I'll see everyone later.